Hey everybody, and welcome back to Farmboy's Garage. Today we're working on a 2006 Ford Taurus, and we're going to be replacing the front left strut and spring assembly, as well as the lower ball joint and the tie rod stabilizer. Alright, so I'm going ahead and elect to replace the lower ball joint on mine, and I got these parts through Rock Auto. Here is the part number AC Delco. It's kind of weird going on a Ford car, but I like AC Delco parts. This is the left hand stabilizer end, and it's different left and right. And Ford recommends replacing the nut that goes on the CV axle shaft. So this is the Dorman part 05170. Some things you might want to have would be a 1/2 inch impact. This is a DeWalt. Very nice. 3/8 impact, a set of metric sockets, an 18mm, 15mm, and 8mm wrench, a pair of wire cutters, a hammer, adjustable wrench, a pickle fork, a C-clamp for your brake pads, this to hold your brake caliper out of the way, tie rod remover tool. This tool here pushes the CV axle back through the hub. I had to use that. Snap rings for the ball joint. A ball joint removal tool. This is the Astro, and torque wrench. So yesterday I got out here and I did the right hand side. It took about 4 hours because the lower ball joint would not come out of the lower A-arm. So I ended up having to take a reciprocating saw and saw the ball joint off, and then pull the lower A-arm out and heat it up with a torch and get that nut out of the bolt out of it. So hopefully this other side will go better than this side, but I ain't expecting too much. All right, with the vehicle jacked up off the ground, go ahead and remove the wheel. It's 19mm. That one's missing the cap, so it's going to be smaller. The one's missing the cap should be 18. One thing I forgot to mention is you do need a 30mm deep well for this nut right here. Alright, the next thing we'll do is remove this bracket back here. It's a 10mm. We'll just use our impact. Hopefully we can find it. Got that loose. So it just wraps around here. Alright, the next thing we want to remove is the caliper. We want to take the entire bracket off. So don't remove here, you want to go down to the next bolt. It's 15mm. Tight. And then we'll take a little piece of copper I made up. We'll hang it up out of the way up here on the strut for a little bit. We'll be moving this thing around, and of course it's stuck to the thing here, so we can get it off. About time for some brakes. Alright, we'll that off, we can remove our rotor. Alright, the next thing we want to do is remove the cotter pin here and remove the tie rod in. I know my arm's going to be in your way, but I'm just straightening out this cotter pin. And try to grab it from the other side. I'll be replacing this pin anyway. Got one part of it out. Let's see if I can get the rest of it. There it is. 18 millimeter. And then we're going to use our tool here. Slide it over and under the boot. Try to line it up with the end of that bolt there. If you don't have this tool, it's going to be a real pain to get that out without damaging it. Now that that's out of the way, we're going to hang this down here on this stabilizer right now. There's no tension on that. Right, so hopefully you can see this nut. This has got a hex on the end and a nut here. And I'm going to have to move my brake out. Got to get that where I can get to it. Move that out of the way. Probably should have done that to start with. That son gun is tight. Alright, so the whole thing's turning now. Let me get that on there. Take this and get that back off. Just use the flat. Now we need to stick something in here and try to prise that away. Thing's under tension, so it ain't gonna come easy. So what we can do is set a jack under this and jack it up a little bit. So I'm just gonna set this floor jack on here, and as I jack this hub up, this should loosen up some. We'll make sure this is out of the way as we come back down. So you need 2 jacks to fool with this thing. Alright, so we can leave this attached. It'll come out with the strut when we take all that off. I also want to leave this bolt attaching the strut to the hub. Very important that stays on until we're ready to remove the entire thing. Alright, next thing I want to do is, I ain't gonna have to put that other tool on here to push this hub out. It's free, so we're good there. The other one was stuck, so I had to push it out. So the next thing is to get the ball joint off, the nut off the ball joint. And that's a 21 millimeter. Alright, so our ball joint is free. At least the nut's off. It ain't free yet. I want to move this brake back down to this lower tire, lower support stabilizer out of the way. Alright, so we can see the ball joint nut is off, but you can also see that this dust shield really in the way, and it's riveted on. Thanks to Ford for loving these rivets. So we're not going to remove this dust shield. What we're going to try to do is get a pickle fork in behind here and try to separate it that way. That didn't work yesterday, so if that don't work, we're just going to go straight for the Sawzall. So I'm going to go in from this side because I'm right-handed. It's a little easier for me. That really didn't have any effect. So the next thing I'm going to do is try to put a pry bar in here and see if I can break it free that way. If that don't work, we're going to go straight to the Sawzall. So there's a hole in this lower A-arm that you should be able to get into, or between the lower A-arm and the frame. But I think in this other hole right here is going to be the best option. Alright, so as you can see, it's a no-go on that. Bent my pry bar. I might have done it yesterday though. It's time to pull out the Sawzall. Anytime you're using equipment like this, be sure you wear eye protection. Burns about a shot in this thing. A little bit difficult to get in here. I'll actually be able to go through this hole. That's good. Let's see. Smoking. Alright. Didn't like much, but she's free. Now all we gotta do is disconnect the top of the strut from the under the hood and push this out, and we'll be good to go. Alright, on the top here we got three 13 millimeter bolts, deep well. So when you get this third one out, be ready to catch it. Or not. Alright, so over here, we're going to take this bolt out. That's a 21 again. The only thing I don't like about this D-Walk's where they put these buttons. It's too close. Watch that damn thing right there. It'll get you. This thing flip over. It hurts. I put those forward reverse buttons too close to the trigger and I keep hitting the wrong button. That'll slide out. And they recommend replacing this nut as well. It's a lock nut, but I don't have a spare lock nut. Now this thing here should just slide off. May have to help it with a hammer. Oh, the donkey woke up. Alright, so with it secured in the vise, we got a snap ring right here. We got to remove. One side came free, but the other one don't. I want to. See if I can persuade it. Yeah. Be sure to remove that, or you're going to have a hard time getting this ball joint off. Alright, so now we've got to press this ball joint towards the center of the hub here. So we're ready to press this out now. We're going to use this part here onto that. Ugh. Make sure that it fits over the top of the ball joint. It ain't hitting on it. Now I'm just selecting using my air impact in here just because it's available. It's easy to pull. Right. So here is our old one. You can see where I cut it off. And we're ready to put the new one on. And just so I don't accidentally mess up the threads, I'm going to leave this nut on here. I'm just going to get it started, centered a little bit. Just make sure it's going in straight. And this time we're going to use this long one. It's got a solid end because we're going to be pushing on it, and we're going to use the round headed end to basically push it down. So we're going to slide this on and slide that on. Just like that right there. Make sure it's on. Impact. Make sure it's always seated. Alright, I can see the groove good, so I think we're ready to put our snap ring back on. And it's seated good all the way around. And that's ready to go. Alright, so since we've already got this ready, we'll just go ahead and stick this strut. I'll stick this strut on it. Oh, this one came with new nuts, the other one didn't. It's kind of weird. One of the other one didn't. So these struts only go one way. You just have to line it up. Half in. ought to go right there. That's probably over torqued, but we'll worry about it. Alright, now the fun part. Alright, so since I couldn't get this bolt out of here, and this is a tapered fit, you can't just beat it through this way, you got to push it out. Basically, we're going to have to take off this lower A-arm where I can heat it up and press it out. Actually, I can probably do it from right here. Let me go get my tool and try it a different way than I did yesterday. Alright, so yesterday I took the lower A-arm off and I had to put some heat on it to get that bolt to come out. Today I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try just use the tool right here. I don't know if it'll work, but I know that bolt, when it popped out yesterday, it went to flying, so I'm definitely going to wear some eye protection. And yeah, there's no way to damn get it from here. Let's see if I can do it from the other side. I might be able to throw something on this side and get it. This ain't no way to get to it. Let's try something different. So we're going to try to get it from the top, which will make it a lot safer. Basically, we're going to put this up here, and we're going to put this down here. Such as that. It'll go. Got enough room. I hope I got enough room. It'll be a tight fit. Get on there, sir. See what I mean? That bolt popped out there. It hit me in the leg, but thank God it did. I never did find the one yesterday. When it popped, it went everywhere. I had it on the vise, but very dangerous, that thing right there. There's a lot of tension on it. But there again, this kit saves the day. Now what I want to do here is put a little grease on these splines to help get everything slid up. We'll go back. I want to go ahead and put the top of the stabilizer on the strut, so I don't have to worry about but one end. It just makes it easier. And then we're ready to set it back under here. Alright, so first thing I want to do is try to get this hash shaft started. First thing we're going to do is get this thing here up in the hole. This is really where it will be very helpful for two people to do this job, because this thing's a little bit unwieldy. It's bad unwieldy. sit right there. I'm try to get these 3 bolts in the top. Now we got it where we want it. Before I lose that, I'm gonna go ahead and temporarily put that nut on there so it won't pull out. The washer. Right now. This bracket's backwards from that other strut. I got this on backwards. Let me go get that off real quick. This one coming off, it goes on pretty good, but coming off it may give us trouble. Not a bit. So we're gonna go in that right there. We gotta go in there like that, don't we? Now, I hope I ain't all in y'all's way of seeing, but we got to pull this floor arm down without pulling the half shaft out. Oh, so close. Woo. Woo. That was a job. Yeah, she's in there. Nope. 41 foot-pound. Let me go get the torque wrench. Nope, not 41 on that. So I'll throw the torque specs up here. This one's going to be 59 foot-pounds. So I don't think I can get my XP under there. So by hand, this is also a locking style nut. It's just pinch bolt is 85 foot-pounds. I already got it. Probably got it too tight. Let me loosen it up a little bit. I put that on with an impact. Tie rod. Move our brakes up. Move them here out of the way. And on that, we're gonna have to jack this up to get to that, but we're not gonna worry about it right now. I got my other jack hanging on this car right now. Go ahead and get a tie rod back on here. The tie rod's 41 foot-pounds. make sure we get a hole so I can move just a little bit more. These two with missing caps. All we got is 18 right here. Now we're going to have to push this this pad piston back in to be able to get this back on. Remember how tight it was, so we'll pull out this back pad here. It's about ready for some brakes. It's got good pads left, but it's looking a little rough. Use a seat clamp. We don't have to push them all the way in. We're not replacing the pads. We just want to give it a little bit more room to go down. This is springs broke on this pad, so it's ready to be replaced. Down. There it goes. Right. Got to make sure to get that back over there. And get bolts started here. Alright, now we need to attach this bracket right here. And we'll have to pretty much, it's going to be a self-tapping. The only thing we like is the stabilizer bar. Alright, so what I did is I put this car jack back under the A-arm. I jacked it up until these lined up. I'm a little bit high. I'm going to let it down just a hair. Alright, now them lined up, push it in, and we'll put the nut on. It's already attached up here. These are lock nuts, torque specs. It's hard to get a torque wrench on these, but I'll give you the specs for them. The top nut is 66 foot-pounds, and the bottom nut is 59 foot-pounds. The half shaft nut is 184 foot-pounds. And that's all we like. Just attaching that nut, attaching this nut, tightening it up, putting the wheel back on. Alright, so the last step is to torque these wheel nuts to 98 foot-pounds. Fortunately, I've got two different sizes here. Cows are wanting to be fed, but I ain't feeding them. Always torque your wheel nuts on aluminum. It's very important not to over torque aluminum wheels. Steel wheels, yeah, I wouldn't want to over torque those, but they can handle it a little better than aluminum can. Put that on too tight with the impact. That impact and throw them on there. Now I don't have a torque wrench that'll go to 200 pounds, so I just put that nut on as tight as I can get it with that impact. these top nuts get torqued to 26 foot-pounds, so I just tighten them up with my little impact. They did include new nuts for this side. They didn't for the other one, so I just reused the old ones on both of them. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's going to be a long one. It took about half the time today as it did yesterday. So until next time, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe if you haven't.